know, I got six felonies over the period of 12 years, and I got rejected 4 times.
Right.
I failed in applying 4 times with no attorney.
Right.
Me and my wife did not pay for no attorney. We sat down and we did the application ourselves 4 times and got rejected.
Hold up. So let's go back, because there's somebody that's watching this, and we don't want to kind of glaze into that.
Got you.
So you had 6 felonies.
Yes.
And so there's somebody with 1 felony, and they're not thinking they can get a pardon.
Yeah,
so first of all, explain to everybody what a pardon is. What does that mean about your 6 felonies now?
So a pardon is basically all the crime and all the violence and everything that you've committed. If you receive the felony or misdemeanor or whatever, something on your record, right, it holds you back. And a lot of people don't know how much it holds you back. It holds you back for getting a job. Yeah. It holds you back on your credit, trying to get an apartment. You know, anything you're trying to do, you know, if, the right to bear arms, if you want to get your gun permit, anything you're trying to do, a pardon says no. It's like a stamp of a mistake. You made a mistake, so I'm gonna put a stamp on you that destroys you forever. That's basically what those felonies do. Right. So a pardon releases you from all that and gives you back your life. It gives you that clean slate again. Right. And not only that, I spent the time in prison for what I'd done, but I had to hold these felonies with me for 12 years, 13 years. Right. Now, what I want people to understand is through that process, right, it's hard to get a job. It's hard to do everything. Yeah. Once I received the pardon, I realized that I accomplished 100% of everything that people say they can't do with felonies. I accomplished it. So when I went to get my pardon, I wasn't even going to get it to run for mayor. Yeah, you don't even need it. I was going because I said, you know what, I'm at a time in my life where I accomplished everything that people said you couldn't with felonies. Right. Now release me. Right. Release me and let me be the free man that I should be. And that process right there of a pardon, what people need to understand is that it's a hard process. And it's only hard because they don't really want to release a lot of people. Right. That's why it's hard. It's not really hard going through it. It's just that I'm not giving it to you, you know, and that's what our denials was. They'll tell you a couple things, you know, you were denied, see you next year. And if you get discouraged, like I was telling people, and you quit, then you won't get your pardon. You understand? The only difference of going in with an attorney and going there by yourself, like we did, is they prepare the paperwork for you. So you spend $3,000-$4,000. You do it yourself, you spend a couple $100s, but it's more legwork. You got to put that legwork in. You got to be willing to put that legwork in. So when I got that expungement, that feeling right there was almost, I don't know. I can't explain it because it didn't hit me until people started saying different things. Like someone would come up to me and say, you got a full expungement. You could get any job you want now. And then I thought about it and I said, that's right.
That's right. But you own 2 businesses.
I'm an entrepreneur, but it made me think. I'm like, yeah, that's right. That's right. So it's little things where I didn't even realize that pardon could do for me. Yeah. But one of the biggest things that I realized is that if you look into my DM, my messenger, everybody wants to know how because they don't know how. They finally found someone who looked like them, who as close as them, that went through the process. Yeah. And now they like, how you did that? Right. So I think that's one of the biggest things I want to do now. I want to guide people through that process.
What are some of the steps you would say to somebody that was watching right now? Maybe if you could give them 5 things that they should do to help them at least get them started with the pardon process.
The first thing to do for a pardon is you go online, ct.gov, right? Started yesterday, January 1st, they changed it from sending it in the mail to submitting it online. So now everything's online. People thought it was harder, but it's actually easier because you don't got to wait for the mail process. So you go to ct.gov and then you type in pardon, you know. Once you type in pardon, all the information is going to pop up and it's going to tell you step by step what to do. Right. You're going to have to go to the police station in your town and get your records. You're going to have to get your fingerprinted and you're going to have to fill out the application and you're going to have to send in a fee. Right. Once you do all that, the hardest part is writing everything that you need to write about as far as the crimes you committed. They want to hear about that. They want you to get references. You need 3 references. And I always tell people, make sure you spread your references out. Don't just try to go to family members or people you know or people, you know, try to go to people that you met before and they can say good things about you, but they're not saying it just because. You understand?
Right.
And once you do that, it's just a waiting process. You know, but you got to put the footwork in. Sometimes you'll send the information in. Me and my wife send the information in, and you missed this.
Right.
You know, don't get discouraged because you'll put it on the counter and that'll be it.
Right.
You know, you send it in again. Nope, you don't got this. You missed this. So just go through the process. You know, if you have the means and the money and you just want to get it over with, then go get a lawyer. Right. But one thing I want to tell people is that walking in that board meeting with a lawyer, lawyers, they get no too. You can be with your client and you got a pardon. Nope, not next year. So you could get a no with a lawyer.
Right.
So, you know, if you don't have the money, do it yourself. You know, it's just more legwork. There's less money.
But don't give up.
Don't give up. Don't give up. I had the forum last week, and one of the guys that was there, he told me, he said, I got discouraged through the process of the paperwork. Right. He said, and I kind of put it away. I kind of gave up. He said, now I want to pick it back up. So I tell people, don't get discouraged, you know, because it's there to be hard, you know, because think about how many people could get a pardon and they go, it's too hard, and they put it away. Right. Nobody else is going to come back and help you and say, come on, man, let's do it. Yeah. So they need that encouragement. And one thing I want to tell the people right now, I want to tell the world that I'm that encouragement. Right. You know, I received a full pardon based off of me just wanting it. You understand? I'm wanting it. I wanted it real bad because I wanted to prove to people and to the world that you can have a second chance. Yeah. You know, and that pardon right there gives me that freedom. Right. You understand? Right. It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
So the question is this then. So you got your 2 businesses. You wrote 2 books. Ran for mayor. Yes. You probably we heard you about to start a podcast.
Yep, right where we sitting there right now.
Right?
Yep.
You just got your pardon.
Yes.
You're only 30 years old. I mean, that's pretty amazing, right? All of that. To do all the stuff and then do all the good stuff on the other side is great. So the question is, what's next? Like, what direction are you going now?
Yes.
Because it seems like you found the key to unlock some things.
Yes.
And so where are you going now? What is it going
to be? Yes. I have a goal, right, for my state. I've realized that when I was running for mayor in the city of New Britain, I realized that my impact was hitting people from the state. You understand? Young men that's in school reaching out to me from Hartford, from Bloomfield, from Windsor. You understand? So I realized that my base is not New Britain. Right. My base is Connecticut. Right. I want to take care of my state. And the way to do that is we have to have leaders like myself and like yourself and like Derrick who can make a positive impact on the culture and give them a sense of hope and belief so the energy can shift. Yes. Right now, Connecticut's energy, we haven't shifted back yet. But Connecticut is the state. We're a real wealthy city. We were known for a lot of great things. Yes. But it shifted. Right. Now we're in 2020 and I feel that shift is coming back. So what I want to do, my whole thing is I need to bring conscious awareness and elevate the mindset of people. Yeah. I'm a philosopher. I'm a philosopher. I just realized that I'm a philosopher.
Did you know that?
Yeah, she know that. But I never really publicly told people. Okay. You know, I'm real big on Napoleon Hill, Andrew Carnegie, our forefathers who founded the world. Yeah. I'm a philosopher. So I have this vision for the state of Connecticut that can create a sense of beauty so we don't have to leave Connecticut to see beauty. You know, I never got that, you know. I understand vacations. I talk to my wife about vacations, but I say, if I'm going to go to Florida, it has to be something about business. I'm not getting on a plane, spending all them hours on a plane to go over there to kick back on the ocean. You understand? I can build that here. So my whole philosophy, my whole idea, my whole vision is create beauty here. Right. Create architect here. You see the great things that's going on in China. Their mindset is way above us. They're creating things that we see in our dreams. You understand? So I'm trying to bring that energy here. And I have some great plans when it comes to economic development, when it comes to business, when it comes to entrepreneurship, music, art, this podcast, CT 101 that I'm starting. You know, I want to bring that to the world so we can shift the energy.
So is there like a name for it, like the beauty movement, or like what do you have? Something you want to call it? You got something you want to put a stamp on it right now? You want to explain that one, huh?
No, listen, it's conscious awareness, man.
Okay.
Conscious awareness. You know, we have to realize something, right? Mm-hmm. And everyone can take part of this, right?
Yes.
Right. So think about this, right? We live in a society right now. Mm-hmm. We live in a society where if you turn the TV on, mm-hmm. you have politics and our president and things that's going on in that area right there, right. That's it'll influence a 6-year-old kid to
right.
say, I hate my president.
Right.
Look what we're doing. Like, I don't care what he's doing on TV. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. When you're the commander of chief of the world, right? Mm-hmm. And you get a young boy or girl to say, I hate that. Right. We're doing something wrong as a country. You get what I'm saying? Yep. So how I look at it is, if you're going to leave this world and by default, those kids are your priority. By default, you could say, yeah, those ain't my kids. I don't know. By default, as an adult, you understand, when you step outside and you got young kids shooting each other and you got people selling drugs and you're an adult and you're influencing that, you're telling them you don't care.
Right.
To live a life like that, you understand what I'm saying, serves no purpose at all. Mm-hmm. So how I feel is that, and one person said to me, he was 65 years old, and he said our generation, 65, 55, he said, we failed your generation because we didn't leave you guys a platform. We didn't leave you guys a base. Right. We didn't leave you guys generational wealth. Yes. We don't have generational wealth. Right. We don't have property. Right. We don't have nothing where we can give to our children and say, here, you're going to have it easier than us. Right. So my job in being in that middle generation is to make sure that the kids behind me can say, Abu Muhammad, Derrick, Deivone, they left us a platform. Right. They worked to build economic development and jobs that will hire us if we had a felony. Yep. Jobs that won't say no to us and shut the door just because how we look. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So we have a duty, and how I see it is my duty is to help build that economic world. Okay. And I know we can do it with the right amount of connections, people, and unity and awareness in the world. And that's my goal. So I'm sure somebody that's watching, they're probably saying, well, how can I get involved? How can I help? Yes. And that's good too, because I have a lot of bases, you know. My wife didn't cook, I'm here. You know, New Britain Legacies, you know, the youth program that we run, and on social media, you know, I literally have my email, my information, my name, my phone, everything's publicized. I'm not trying to hide because we have people right now in a position to help in Connecticut who know who we are, that really could, in a position to go here, like how we connected with Derrick. He was in a position to help. Yes. He could have been a warden that says, I don't want to help these kids. That's right. I'm good, Deivone, I'm straight. Right. But he's in a position to help. So he said, you know what? I'm going to open my door. Yes. You know, the commissioner, Cook, he said, you know what? I'm in a position to help. Right. I'm going to open my door. Right. There's people out there right now in a position to help. Right. And it don't always have to be money. Right. You could just be put in a position to help. Mm-hmm. I would say help. I would say help. Why not, right? Why not? Because the world is moving so fast. All these police brutalities, all these police shootings, all this violence that's going on in other states, it's trickling down to our state. It already started happening already. Oh, yeah. So are we going to wait 5, 10 more years until it engulfs us and then it's just terrible? And now we got little 15, 12-year-old kids who's just living worse than how we living. So I'm trying to prevent that. And the more people that I can get on board, the powerful we become. You know, I heard Jay-Z say, I was talking about the other day, he was talking about how constant elevation causes expansion. You know, so the more we elevate, the more we can expand our resources. And there are people out there in the world that want to help. We just need to keep expanding and connecting and unifying. You know, people always talk about community, but there's no community without unity. You know, community, unity. every business needs some sort of unity in order to function. You know, your body is a unit.
Right.
You know, it only functions through the unity of your body, your blood, you know, your energy, everything.
Right.
So you have a community where everybody is like, not my child, not my problem.
Right.
Not my business, not my problem. Everybody is me, push, push, push. Right. There's no way you can build a community.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to put the energy in not only my community, but every community in Connecticut to bring awareness to the issue so people can start saying, you know what? Let me do something today that can help the next person. And if you just do that one thing, that energy has a cause and effect. And it's going to come back to you in a good way. And if enough of those can get out there, then we can start shifting the energy. All we need to do is shift our energy.
Yeah.
That's
Change
it.
our consciousness.
Change our consciousness.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
see what you want to see.
I love it. This has been Eaton Talk. I'm your host, Abdul Rahman Abin Muhammad. This is Deivone Tanksley Sr. and Derrick Molden over here. And I mean, what a conversation.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the next time we do this on Eaton Talk. Follow us on NEVIDEO and follow us every day.
Yes.
But
yes.
you know what I always like to say? Never stop dreaming. Peace.